Welcome back to episode 41 of Greatest's Let's Play Modded Minecraft series. And as you may be aware, I took a break. I was getting quite burned out, but I thought I'd grab a new episode, start it up, and see where we get to. And that's a lightning plant again. Damn it. No, we don't get lightning storms. Anyway, what happened between the episodes? Well, a lot of releases came out for the Direwolf 20 pack, and that broke a number of things. You know how a while ago this happened? Darkwood Leaves post. Well, a very similar thing happened, and I had to do a lot of cleanup. I was about to do this episode just after the last Space Engineers episode, which, if you haven't seen Space Engineers, it's an awesome game. Check out my other series on that. But in here, and it's very like Minecraft, so don't worry, you should like it. In here, all these covers, every single one of them, the corners, the tops, the sides, they'd all changed to that Darkwood Leaves, as well as all of these. Yeah, it took me quite a while to go through here and get everything back in order. I also enclosed these as well while I was at it, you know, given that I had nothing better else to do with 6 hours, so however long it took. So, as you notice, we've now got a full capacitor. And downstairs, I've done a bit of cleanup here as well. More importantly, all than all that, I rebuilt this turbine to be the same kind of height as these. As you can see, it's running. No more huge, thin turbine here, and embedded them in the wall. Having this control in the wall here, sometimes saw on Echo's channel. Just easier access to the turbines. Yeah, I thought I'd nab that idea. Kind of a good one. Yes, that's all working, and as you expect, 28k RF per tick. Nothing else changed down here. So what are we going to do this episode? Well, now that I've got a lot of power, I want to start expanding those farms that we had. A couple of the farms actually apparently use quite a lot of energy. In particular, the Blaze farm would use a lot of energy, and I'm going to add, I think, Ghasts to that as well. I want the nether mob drops, if you like, and I don't have them yet. So let's go and see what we can do for that. I've cleaned up a little down here. You see it's quite open now. None of that linking thing on the floor. It's hidden beneath the floor now, the quantum ring. And yeah, I think I'm going to do something new. One further thing that happened between the episodes, if you're following along, autonomous activators, they now require power, which means when I logged in, all my farms were broken, or at least they didn't work because there was no power to them. So I've had to supply power again to my XP farm down in the mines, over here next to the ender pearls, and pretty much anywhere else I was using autonomous activators. So just bear that in mind for yourself. We've done farms a few times with the MFR blocks, and I thought I'd make a bit of a change by using Ender.io. I've not done those before, so I thought I'd give them a try, and you'll probably see the mistakes I make along the way. So, where to start with it? Well, I want to start the Ghast farm, and to do that with Ender.io, you start with a broken spawner, so basically any spawner that you destroy will drop one of these. This one happens to be a cave spider. Yeah, we're not going to need that particularly. We don't want cave spiders. But also a soul vial. You go make a soul vial, which is relatively straightforward. Yeah, just some solarium, a few quartz. Yeah. And you go right click on the Ghast. And then in your soul binder, and I've hooked this up to my XP system. If you don't have it hooked up to the XP system, which is back here, then you can use your player XP. There'll be a button here if it's not hooked up, and you can just right click on one of those tanks to get your XP out of it. So if I put these in here, we should get at some point, unless it's pulled it into the system, or is it brewing? Possibly. Sure how long it takes. Oh, that's going to take a while. 5%, really? Okay, let's make something else while that's going. So, what can we make? Well, we can make the spawner itself, I suppose. It's a powered spawner. Yeah, empty. Should be fine. What do we need for that? So Z logic controller, vibrant crystal. Okay, do we have any of these components? No. Two of those, that's fine. And the Z logic controller is going to be the slice and spice, isn't it? So some solarium, zombie head, silicon, etc. Helps my fingers are in the right place to type head. There we go. Zombie head. Solarium, some redstone. And was it silicon? I think. Yeah. Slice and spice. So something like this, maybe? At least that's going faster. In fact, yeah, I could probably improve the speed by an octadic capacitor, but that's halfway through now. Set logic. So let's make the powered spawner. There we go. And I think I've put a grinder down there already. Got it in the chest for inputs. Yeah, that should do. I've not got control switching down there yet to turn it on and off, but oh my god. Capacitor. How fast can you make me one of those? Or are you just going to stick? You're clearly just going to stick because I'm recording. I maybe short some things there. Capacitor. Yeah, it's going to be done by the time I do that. So I am also going to start moving stuff out of here, and I can do that fairly simply. I'll do that later in the episode, I think. I'm just going to rob the I/O ports here, and then go and put them in the other system on the other side. So we've got like 10, 20, 30, 40, 46 cells that need to be moved over. Of course, in the other side of things, the cells are 64K, so they use a huge amount of resources for me trying to make things. So I may well not move it all at once, but you know, we'll see where we get to on that. Come on, are you nearly done? Come on, 88. Ugh. Pacing. Anyway, while that's actually carrying on, I'm just going to try and talk a little bit about my series and where I'm going. And also, a very big thank you, actually. I've hit 500 subscribers. So, for all of you who are watching, who are subscribed, thank you very much. And in the future, obviously, I will look at some more stuff to do for that. But I just wanted to kind of announce a bit of a schedule, if possible. Try and keep things fairly predictable now that I'm back from a break. I am definitely enjoying Space Engineers, so that certainly will be continuing, and probably will continue with the Kerbal Space Program series as well as this. So I've kind of got 3 to go. The Kerbal one is more of an occasional thing, so I will maybe do that on every odd week. But ideally, I want at least one episode of Minecraft, one episode of Space Engineers in a week, and then we'll see what to do with the third slot. It really depends on how much time I have. Obviously, I have a job, so I've got to do that as well. Oh, yes, there we go. Ghast. And is that something I can just put in place in the spawner? Well, let me go and have a look. Anyway, yes, so I don't exactly know which day is going to be which yet. I suspect the Sunday day is going to be, obviously it's going to be either one of the two, but the Sunday may well be Space Engineers, and then maybe a Thursday or a Friday for the Minecraft side of things. And where am I going? Ah, here we are. So yeah, look out for that in future. I will mention in the next episode what that is. Also, if you haven't already, there is a world download on the last episode. That was episode 40. You're more than welcome to check that one out. It is both. There are 2 separate links. One including the mining worlds, which are large, very large, and one excluding the mining worlds. So just bear that in mind if you're looking for a world download. It's on the description of the last episode. So let's see if this actually works. Powered spawner. So okay, and do I need to combine this and make it into a particular type? That's possible. Let me get out. Is that just in a... Let me check that, and I'll be right back. Nearly right, it needs to be converted in a anvil. So I've got one of those already. So if I put my powered spawner and the Ghast broken spawner now, I should get a powered spawner. Ghast. And it takes 30 levels, so I just put in a tank here that I could right click with these tanks, open blocks. So I could right click and get that XP onto me. So that should be enough. And let's see if that now works. I really need to redo these farms in the void world, but for now. So for now, I'll leave them here. So what I've done, I put a grinder in as normal, and I've run a power conduit under the floor, and I've left enough room. Well, I think enough room for a gas to spawn. We'll see shortly. It's 7 wide by about 5 high by about 6 deep, and the powered spawners I think spawn anything up to 4 blocks away, so it should be safe enough that it's not going to spawn behind these walls. I've not bothered filling in this wall with anything special at the moment, just because I forgot and I had some glass on me. I will fill those in myself later. Let's see if this works. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. That looks like it's working. Let's see if anything happens. Not sure if there's a progress bar. Spawn, yeah, there is. And we can increase that with capacitors, although I'm not sure I need enough gas tiers that I actually need it to be that much. So it's nearly done. Let's see if this works, and it should spew gas tiers at the back here. I've not put a chest in place just yet. It really is nearly ready. I don't want to cut camera, because if I cut camera, it's going to kill this thing almost instantly. So yeah, that's best not to. It is if it spawns in the overworld. If not, I can just move this all into the nether. We shall see. I feel like it's taunting me now. Anyway, while that's going, yeah, so 500 subscribers. Very, very grateful to all of you who actually follow the series. Hopefully you'll enjoy further episodes. I'm going to slow it down a little bit because I was getting burned out, and the variety should help that, I think, in the future. If you have any games that you think I should cover, by the way, and that I'm not currently, and that really should have spawned by now, then do let me know. Why is that continuing to increase? Is it the lights, I wonder? Or is it just not got enough space? Let's try it with the lights. Little bit spooky looking. Come on. Spawn, 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 spawn. No, it doesn't look like it wants to. So I'm probably going to have to move this into the nether. And I won't do that on camera, of course. I'll do that off camera. And I'll be right back. So here we are in the nether. Same kind of setup. I've put the spawner in the floor. Hopefully that will give it enough room to actually spawn these things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't seem to. I may need to open this room up a little bit more. But the idea is that once this gets to the top, it's going to spawn. As for the rules for gas, yeah, I did check, and they have to be in the nether, unfortunately. But any light level will do, so we don't have to worry about lighting this place up or not. So, yeah, as bright or as dim as we like. And it's not always spawning in here, so yeah, that's something I have to bear in mind. I have got 7 gas tiers out of it, so I can just put a chest down. And that should do it. So that's Ender.io spawners. It's right next to my blaze spawner. What on earth? Okay, that's a new mob for me. But let's kill a dog. I don't like killing dogs. Oh well. There we go. Nope. There we go. Okay, so Ender.io farms, and we're going to use a similar approach for blazes. I won't do that on camera. It's pretty much exactly the same. You can use a number of different ways to kill blazes, of course. Anything from, sword holding autonomous activators through to grinders or whatever else you want to do. So I don't want to bore you by doing the same thing over and over in the episode. So yeah, there we go. Finally, to finish off, maybe it's actually worthwhile nabbing this and moving some of these over. Yeah, so let's just go across the data center. There we go. The idea here is that I probably want to move my input chest to these banks. You'll see I've got a number of banks. I've got 24 there, 34, 44, 54. So I should have enough to move everything. Even though these hold a lot more, they have the same number of item types in them. So you could, in theory, you need to have at least as many in your new place as you had in your old. So down, yeah, I can do it down here. There's no reason why not to. Let's see how many connections have I got. It's only a temporary thing, so I think I've maximized all my connections. Oh well, easiest way to do this then is I want it on the black network, so I can just temporarily remove maybe one of these. Or maybe not. I do actually need a space for it. Yeah, okay, let's just put it here for now. Don't want to do that. Here we go. And what we should find, obviously, as these get depleted, you'll see them being pulled out there. We're going to go into this empty side. I just want to make sure I've got all of them in that side first. Yep. So they should be in the network now. And I can then put the empty drives. In fact, cell. Yeah, they're all empty. Put the empty drives in as actual items in the network now so they don't get confused. And as you can see, they've started filling up at least those and, well, maybe just those. It could well have gone into the network on the other side. That's the slightly annoying part about this, but that's not too hard to fix because as you move each set over, they're obviously going to only be able to choose certain ones. Yeah, you see all these are red, so again, I can do the same thing. and just move all my cells over into 64K cells that, or at least into the deep storage. Either way, they both work. And there we go, and let's dump them in here. So that's kind of it for the episode. We're pretty much using this storage center now as actual storage. I'll move the storage over between the episodes, and all you have to do if you're following along is move your input chest to be, I don't know, somewhere in here. Again, probably down here somewhere, you know, this kind of area, and just put an input, an import bus onto it. Speed it up with the accelerators. Which have I done with that? No, I haven't. It helps to use the accelerators. Let's just dump these in here. Yeah, so add the accelerators to it, and then you should be sorted. Should have no problems. Then it's just a matter of moving all the other stuff over, and there's lots of things I have in the other network. Before cutting off the other network, I'm not going to use that one permanently. I just had it there in my original base, and as you can see, a lot of these have now gone orange, which is as we expect. Yeah, it's filling up this one first. Yeah, that's all good. So yeah, in the process of cutting off that old base and then start building out, I think, into this void area, it's kind of about time for that. I'm kind of towards the end game. I've got already 2 laser drills running, and I have like 5.6 billion RF storage, so I'm not sure how much longer I should proceed with this one. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me continue with this one. I could also obviously start on FTB Infinite and do something slower. I think I rushed a little bit too far with this one, at least with the power and the ME storage, and that kind of makes a lot of other things trivial once you've got enough power to just do anything you want. So not sure on that one as to whether to continue with this mod pack or not. Please let me know. Tell me know what you think. If you haven't seen this episode before, and if this is new to you, feel free to like and subscribe, or obviously leave a dislike if you don't like it. But please let me know why if you do that. I'd love to know and get more feedback. In the next episode, I think I'm going to start building out more into this area, to be honest. I think the data center is a cool concept. It's very sci-fi. Very, yeah, I like the kind of the aesthetic of it. So I'll probably continue with that front, do something else that's very sci-fi themed as well. I think that even if I move on to another mod pack, I think I will actually make my initial base sci-fi. I did this one in a kind of Chinese cherry blossom kind of fashion, but I think with the next one, it's going to have to be sci-fi. I really like this layout far too much. So lots of cool designs coming there, I think. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.